Hello, movie fans. We just recently saw Spider-Man Far From Home. This is going to be our non-spoiler review about the movie. As always, we'll talk about the things that we really liked about it, some parental guidance stuff that we think maybe you should be warned about, and some of the cool things that we can mention without being super spoilery. So stick around and see what we thought about the movie. This is going to be our non-spoiler review again. We will have a spoiler review with some explanations around the end credits in a separate video, so don't worry about that here. This is the second movie, Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Far From Home. It follows up Endgame and the entire second or fourth phase of the MCU. And it really is a lot attached to that rest of that storyline. It's got Tom Holland as Spider-Man, Zendaya as MJ. Who else comes back? Oh, Jake Gyllenhaal's new as Mysterio. Who else is in the film?
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, so Nick Fury and Maria Hill.
Whoever plays Ned as Ned.
Yes, the Ned guy's back.
Betty
his friends.
Flash.
Yeah. You got Flash, a couple other people that from the first movie.
Brad.
And it is very much linked to basically the ending and Happy's actually in a lot. Jon Favreau, who did the first Iron Man film too. So yeah, the really does link a lot to the end of Avengers Endgame. You don't have to have seen it, but it really does help if you had seen it. And this really talks about, is largely dealing with Peter Parker's aftermath of the Endgame and everything that happens in that movie, and what he is doing to kind of deal with his newfound fame, if you will, but also wanting to just be a regular high school kid, and trying to be in love and trying to go on a class trip with everybody to Europe, and all the things that ensue, and then a new person that he meets, Mysterio, and what they're trying to deal with to fight new threats to the world. Let's start with our typical only adjectives. How would you describe Spider-Man Far From Home using only adjectives?
European.
Okay.
Awesome. Action-packed.
Fun.
Mystical.
Yeah.
Sad.
Can I say trippy in parts?
True. Mysterio.
Mysterio.
Kind of sad, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, there's definitely sadness in it. Excitement, exciting. Yeah, action packed is a good one. I like all those ones. Yeah, that's very. It's a very good film in terms of how it does all those different things, I think.
It's very much a Spider-Man movie, and it's very fun.
Yeah. So the good next question. How would you compare this Spider-Man Far From Home to Spider-Man Homecoming in terms of, it being similar or different or better or worse?
It's different because it's in Europe, and it's not like an intro and everything. It felt like, upon memory, a little bit less action-packed than you all explain it to be. And it was still funny in parts, but not like the beginning.
I feel like since it was more of the kind of high school field trip and the whole love story thing, there's not as much Spider-Man there. Like Spider-Man, when he is in his action, it's good, but it's just like half the movie's Spider-Man and half of it's just him walking around with his class in the field
When
trip.
he's black suit Spider-Man, then he's actually not Spider-Man. So we'll talk about that in the spoiler review.
Okay. That's my question.
I won't ruin that, but there is a funny bit about it in the movie.
Yeah. I thought it was very consistent with the other one. I felt like I appreciated Tom Holland as Peter Parker more in this one, which is not to say anything bad about his previous one, but in this one I really felt him being a perfect embodiment of Peter Parker. So I really liked it, and the villain I thought was very well done. Just like in Homecoming, villain was very well
Yeah,
done
yeah.
in Homecoming. I thought the same thing for this, and both of the ones who, the actors who play the villains, are great and do a really great job playing their characters.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent sequel. For a sequel of a superhero movie, sometimes sequels of all movies, but especially kind of the superhero genre, can sometimes be a little disappointing. Where you're like, oh, it's a sequel; it's not really as cool as the first one. But I thought this was actually really well done. Like you said, it was good villain, good. It made me appreciate more that Tom Holland was such a good Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Like he's very believable and very good in that role. You get the other characters again, his friends and Zendaya and all the other people, I think are also very good. And the story was good quality. I don't think it was amazing, but I thought it was really good. Like it was for a sequel, especially, it was very good.
I thought they were delightfully awkward teenagers.
Yeah,
I
there's a
enjoyed
lot
them.
of good chemistry
The
between
beginning
them.
is very awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like a kind of wild.
Yeah, the first part, is definitely a little bit different. But what's your thoughts between first one and second one?
I think I need to see Far From Home for a second time, just to like fully appreciate it, because I really like Far From Home, but right now I think that Homecoming was a better movie. Like
Okay.
I think Far From Home has its moments where it's like amazing, but Homecoming is just consistently very good. Like all throughout Homecoming, it's a very good movie, and I feel like the first half of Far From Home is not as good as the second half, and the second half is where it really
I agree.
it elevates in the second half, and in the first half it's just like, okay, it's fine. I think for the first half of the movie, I put it on the level of like, I don't know, probably Ant-Man and the Wasp is what I put it at, and then the second half of the movie I'd put it at like, what's better than Ant-Man and the Wasp? I don't know.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Far From Home. I put it on that level. I don't. That doesn't make sense, but it's good.
Level of the first one.
Yeah, the level Spider-Man Homecoming is what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, did you say whether or not you liked the first one or the second one? Comparatively.
Oh, comparatively. I like the second one a lot. I'm a big Spider-Man fan.
But it didn't.
I
have
like them
Tobey
both.
Maguire dancing.
It did not have Tobey Maguire dancing, unfortunately. But, I mean, yeah, it was, I liked Homecoming. I would say I liked this more. It has less action, but I think the action itself is better, in my opinion, because in the first one, it's not an origin story, but it's still kind of, with the new suit and everything, there's a lot more to learn there, so.
Yeah, not giving spoilers, so what did you like most about it? Did you like Spider-Man? Did you like his friends? Did you like the villain? Did you like the story or the visuals or multiple things?
I liked the use of Mysterio's abilities.
Yeah, that was really
Yeah.
cool. That's a very cool part of the movie. Probably the best part of the movie is the visuals. In the middle of the movie, there's a sequence that you'll know it when you see it. And it is very, very, very cool. One of the coolest things I think that I've ever seen. Definitely in a Spider-Man movie, and maybe in the MCU.
Yeah, probably in the MCU.
Top 5 in the MCU for sure, as far as cool stuff that I've never seen before.
Tom Holland, yeah. I fully appreciate him now as Spider-Man. I loved him. And the villain, I thought, was great. And the effects. The effects on a couple of scenes in particular were just awesome.
Yeah. I think my favorite parts were the villain, Tom Holland, and the ghost of Tony Stark. He was very the ghost
As a
of Tony Stark.
character,
Well, not
as a
not
presence.
as a presence, not as a character, but the presence of like Tony Stark, like his
Like, that's
ghost
not-
was very there.
It's
in
not
the
a
movie.
spoiler. There is no ghost of Tony
Yeah,
Stark.
he's not like
He
he
physically
doesn't
a
like
ghost.
show up and like, woo, it's a
Yeah, he's
ghost.
not physically a ghost, but
It's
it's just
the
like
presence
But all the
of
art
it's
Tony
a memory.
Stark, the
memorial,
memory of
make
Tony
it
Stark.
memory of it.
Exactly.
is very strong in the
And
movie.
spoilers.
The weight of
Spoilers for
Tony
Endgame
Stark.
if you haven't seen Endgame. But if you haven't seen Endgame, then what are you doing?
Why are you watching this review?
Yeah. It looked very good. The sights of Europe. I've never been to them, but it was beautiful, in Italy and stuff. You asked what we like.
Yeah.
I like the scenes of Italy.
And they shot on location for a lot of it too.
Okay, that's good. Anything else? Anybody got? Okay. We're good.
I'm wearing my vacation hat.
Anything else? No? No? Okay.
Wow.
So the parental guidance. What just again, any warnings for things that might be not great for little kids.
But still on spoiler.
Yeah, non-spoiler. There is very little language in this. A couple minor swear words.
Someone flips the bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot of like superhero violence in this thing. A lot of action and things like that happen. No, very little blood and gore. And the only thing I would say, like the mid sequence that I was speaking about before, that's really cool. There are some parts in there that are a little creepy, potentially scary for very little ones. I'd say like again, preschoolers might be a little shocked and a little scared by it.
Gosh,
But- Yeah, and so you just don't want to. You want to make sure that you're aware of that if you've got really little ones there. That mid sequence, again, you'll know what it happens. That there's a couple things in there that could be a little frightening to very little ones.
Yeah, it's so awesome. But
Super cool, but a little scary at points. For good reason, but again, it's something to be worried about or warned about, I guess you should say. Again, we'll do a spoiler review. So again, if you're interested in watching that spoiler review, make sure to subscribe and hit notify, and you'll be aware when we put the spoiler review up too. What is your rating, and should people go see it?
5 out of 5 web shooters.
Nice. Ryan?
4.4 out of 5 suits.
Okay. I give it like a 4 point. Yeah, I think probably a 4.2 out of 5 web shooters.
yeah, I'm somewhere between 4.5 and 4 3/4. Certain parts of it, awesome. Overall movie, I can't quite give it totally a 5. 4.625.
4.75 out of 5 fish bowls. But I think I need to see it again. I think
Yeah.
once I see it again, then I'll appreciate it.
It's a movie definitely I'd see again. It's a fun movie. And so I would recommend people. It sounds like we all agree that it's something that people should go see. In the movie theaters. It's a good flick, a good enough flick to go see in the movie theaters and spend your money. And now it's time for Ryan's bad joke of the day.
Why should he never lie to an X-ray technician?
Why?
They can
See
see
right
right
through
through you.
Okay. Okay. Apparently Rachel already heard that one.
I've never heard that.
Oh, you just knew it?
She's just
It
so
was-
smart.
you
She
just
can figure out the
knew.
punchline.
You're just
Okay, so that is our review of Spider-Man Far From Home. Make sure to let us know in the comments below if you go to see the movie. Again, no spoilers in this comments. Like and subscribe if you thought this was a useful video. If you want to see more of the reviews that we've done in the past and some of the other games, you can check them out up here. And again, make sure to share with your friends if you think this is useful. We enjoy doing it for you. And we'll have the spoiler review out very soon. Thanks. Bye.